But all right, everyone, welcome back. GladiatEire FC. I'm here with Mr. Jack Corr.
Yep.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Talk to me. Tell me about it. Like, what's it feel like? First of all, to headline an event like this,
Yep.
and then to come home victorious. What's that feel like?
Yeah. Overwhelming, really. It's my third pro fight, third main event, third finish. I wasn't the biggest finisher at amateur, but I think professional really suits my game a lot more. Like I'm patient enough in there, and I think it allows me time to work for the finishes a bit more. At amateur, I started off at like the IMOFs and also starting at the highest level of competition. Then I sort of worked my way back. Whole family do martial arts. My dad, head coach. My brother was fighting on the card. Second time I've shared a card with my brother. But he unfortunately lost tonight. So that added a lot of pressure on me. Like,
Who's your brother?
Corr.
Emmett,
Yeah. So only a few fights before, and when your brother loses, then you're like, fuck, it's all on me here. Like, so I felt that's the most pressure I felt, like, going into a fight. And main event, hometown. I went to school next door.
Really?
Yeah, next door. Here's where I went to school. All my friends, my family, people from work. Even though professional MMA fighters still have a full time job, like not enough though. Like, but yeah. So it was really overwhelming, and just buzzing to go 3-0. Worked so hard for it. Fighting a Brazilian opponent who was really tough and tricky and
Very tough,
rangy. Like, so I'm just absolutely ecstatic to get the win.
Anything that surprised you in this? Like, did
in the fight?
Yeah.
His strength, to be fair. Because usually I'm quite tall for bantamweight. Like, I've never fought anyone taller than me. Like, at most the same height as me. Like, I fought Kieran Brady at amateur. He was around the same height. Then my last fight, Mikey McCoy, he was the same height. So I'm comfortable enough fighting rangy guys, but he was a good bit taller than me. Like, and I was like, he was bigger than I thought he was gonna be. But then I was like, I looked at him and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be stronger than him and tall enough to keep the range. But when I gripped him, like, he hit me a leg kick. I was like, that was sore. And he was kicking from so far away because he was so rangy. My plan was to stand with him a bit more, but he was so wild that I was like, with the pro gloves on, I was like, he could just catch me something, like, he could catch me something silly and I'm going to be waking up looking at the ceiling here. Like, so I was like, felt him, got the grip of him, felt stronger than him, but I was surprised I couldn't get him down immediately. And I was like, in my head, I was like, this is going to be a long night. Like, this is going to be grueling here. But then I felt him, like, start panting a wee bit, like, after 1 or 2 minutes of cage work, hit him a few knees. And I was like, and once I got him down on the mat, I felt like so much better than him. Like, got the hooks in, got the first submission win. Like, so buzzing with that.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything about yourself that you surprised yourself with?
Getting the submission win. Usually I'm a strike. Like, I'm more a striker, wrestler. Have good wrestling. Like, but I wouldn't really chase a submission that much.
Gotcha.
Like, but in my head, like, I was thinking like scenarios of what I was going to fight him, and most of the scenarios I had were him swinging and me catching him, like, with the wee gloves, and then my first instinct when I'm thinking about fights is to stand up with him and strike with him. But then I was like, I know my grappling's good enough, and I thought it was going to be better than his, so I was like, then when he hit me a few wild kicks and swung a few punches, I was like, yeah. And then I had it in my head, I can get his back, and like, rear naked choke is the submission I had envisioned, like, building up this. It was either, I was sort of, then I like go back and think of myself, I'm like, every thought I had was either knocking him out or submitting him. I didn't think of going to the decision, but then I was like, maybe I should think about going to the decision in case it does go there. But then, I was confident enough to get the finish, and I think pro, like, really lets me, like, work my way into it. Like, as I said, like, so, that surprised me getting the submission.
All right, so you said you come from, like, a family of fighters, yeah?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you feel like a bit of pressure from your family to perform well?
Nothing like overly, like, pushy or whatever. Okay. Oh, my phone! I'll turn that off. Sorry. Nothing overly, like, pressure wise. Like, my dad ran the show basically, and he's my head coach. But I've done karate. Started karate. We're a karate family, so I've been doing karate since I was 3, like, with him. So I don't really know. Like, I competed right up as a kid in karate all the time, and then done like started freestyle wrestling and stuff. So I've always competed in martial arts, and it's sort of been like, you know, second nature. It would be a bit, but my dad's never like, he never really pushes you. Just like our training environment's really like relaxed, but like we train as hard as we can. But it's not like, and it's only really the only time my dad will get real intense with us is like right before I walk out, like at the, right before I walk out, like he'll get real intense, and I feel the pressure. The pressure for him is different with his sons
Okay,
fighting.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's really good with everyone else, but like I can feel it and he can feel it when we're fighting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's his sons fighting here, and especially with my brother fighting before me and losing. My dad, I could feel like there was even more pressure on, like from him, but also I put it on myself. Like, and I just try and remember, like myself, like you're going in here to, it's a high pressure situation. You know, you'd be bored if you weren't doing it. Like, like what's
Yeah.
all the why are you training so hard? And when you get the win, the buzz off, it's so good. Like that's why you come back. And then it starts again. You're like, why have I signed up to fight again? And then you win. And you're like, oh, that's why.
How are you? Oh, how are you gonna relax after this? Like, you know, because obviously, like, you know, I'm sure you had a bit of an intense camp and everything.
Yeah.
But now it's your time to relax.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, that's why I was getting this one in before the summer. I'm going on a stag do. My friend's getting married, and he's getting married in August. So sort of going on a stag do end of May. Enjoy that, and then August he's getting married, and then going to Oasis. Got Oasis tickets. Big Oasis fan.
Oh, heck yeah! Awesome.
My cousin got me the tickets. I paid him like going to Oasis. So enjoy the summer here up until, but like I still train. Like I train every day pretty much anyway because my family run the gym. But it's really just the diet and the alcohol change in between camps.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy training.
So,
Like,
so what's next for you then? When do you plan on fighting again this year?
I want at least one more, and I think the next show's November time or something. Yeah, so hopefully I wouldn't mind one more on this show, and then next year look at some bigger promotions like I don't know, Cage Warriors or something like. But yeah, I definitely want to fight on this one more time, maybe for a belt or something. Jerry.
All right, man. Look, I appreciate your time. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
Have fun on your stags there. Not too much though.
Yeah.
Don't be like those fellows in Cork.
Oh yeah.
Dude lost his car for like 3 or 4 days. Don't do that.
Need to get my top out here, Jared. Have all the sponsors on. Bespoke Barbershop, and they sponsor me for the second fight here. They sponsored me in the last one, but I've been going to that barbers for years. Like, so they're one of my main sponsors. Signs with Fleur, sponsor the gym. They've sponsored our club for years. Like Brian Gibson, Olympus Roofing Solutions second fight camp. They've sponsored me. Big help. Frost Frame Media. Done all our like we clips and all of our training camps, so he came on board.
Sweet.
Else Kinetic Sports. What do you say? Kinetic Sports Belfast. Laura, she done all our sports massages, the cup and stuff. So big help in the camp.
Cool.
Present Vitality. Adam Rand, guy I used to go to school with. I have so many sponsors. I'm sorry. It's like a recovery hub in West Belfast. They were good for help me getting the body ready. Fight camp's tough. If I forgot. Anyone else? Definitely. Bobby Shepherd. Last Communications. Bobby, former fighter from the gym. He got us all our supplements and stuff for this fight camp.
Cool.
So, you know, a lot of the sponsors have been like just helping with the fight camp, but it's not just like money mainly, like, you know, so it's stuff like that. And then the KJ, the gym, all the training partners pushing me. You know, our gym's flying at the minute. Most bodies we've had on the mats, top level fighters and all. So, yep, that's everyone. I'm a dad.
Right on. All right. Thanks again. I appreciate it. And look, man, until next time.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.